What's up, everyone? It's me, the Osprey. Now, before we get started, I'd love to give some shout-outs to Pat and Max at Pat's Pond in Crystal River, Florida, for providing the latest addition to my growing family of awesome retro gaming systems, the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo was released in 1990 in Japan as the Super Famicom. It was later released in North America in 1991 as the Super Nintendo, or Super NES. It sold extremely well, had a good library of games, and it had some of the best sound and graphics for its time. It had a pretty good lifespan too. Although the Super Nintendo was discontinued in 1999 in North America, its Japanese variant, the Super Famicom, survived well into 2003 in Japan. We've got our two controller ports and our power indicator light over here, which turns red when the system turns on. We've got our power switch here, on and off, our reset switch. We've got our cartridge port here, and we have our cartridge eject button. We'll talk about that later. And here on the back, we have our AV cable port and RF output thing here. So if you had an older TV back in the day that didn't have AV, it was a nice alternative. And then we have our channel 3, channel 4 selector switch and our AC adapter plug right here. So here's how the eject button works for cartridges. So you got your game in right here. So when you're done playing it and you want to put a new cartridge in, you push this button here. The cartridge pops up. And now we can put a new game in. So here's what a Super Nintendo controller looks like. Right now it's plugged into the system. We've got our D-pad, our start and select buttons, our left and right shoulder buttons with the bold L and R on each one. And we've got our A, B, X, and Y buttons. In Japan, the Super Famicom controller was similar, but instead of purple and lilac buttons, the A button here was red, the B button here was yellow, the Y button here was green, and the X button here was blue. So here's our AC adapter right here, which plugs in over here. And here are AV cables, which plug in over here. The North American Super Nintendo cartridges actually had two slight differences. This is an earlier cartridge, and this version was released later in the system's lifespan. Besides the difference, they both work perfectly in the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo's graphics were well known for their colors, making your games fun to play, rain or shine. Earthworm Jim was another great game that made good use of the Super Nintendo's colorful processor. Its smooth, cartoonish graphics really polished off the game's slapstick humor. I'm really sorry that you guys only got to see 2 Super Nintendo games in this video, but in the future I plan to get more. So the Super Nintendo, the games, most of them are not that expensive, but there are some rare ones that can be. The system itself can sell from inexpensive to expensive, depending on the condition. Just make sure that you buy from a good seller that can assure you that the system works and give you the opportunity to test it if possible. So, I hope you like this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.